Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Ricknineg. Thank you for joining me today in this video. If you are a big fan of aviation or flying, then this is a great channel for you because I'm showing the trajectory from my first lesson, the first time I've ever been pretty much in a private pilot or in a general aviation plane, getting my sports pilot's license, and then culminating in my private pilot's license. So if you are a big fan, that you should subscribe as well and take a look at my playlist where I am pretty much going through the journey. Now I want to make some of these videos because I know some people have questions or want to talk about aviation, and I do have a lot of stuff on my channel, so feel free and browse and maybe you'll enjoy some things. But today we're going to talk about safety. How safe is it to fly? You may see all these news outlets and all the media say airplanes are crashing, they're crashing in Malaysia, they're crashing here. And I mean, that's pretty scary to see that. Like, this is real stuff. These are hundreds of people who are perishing in planes, and they're going down in the ocean, or they're going down and crashing. And it makes people think, ooh, air travel, like how safe is it? So I want to make this video to kind of go over some facts and go over some things. So let me give you my experience. I'm in general aviation aircraft, and what that basically is, general aviation means aircraft that you can own yourself or rent and fly. It's almost like saying rental cars or just cars. I am not operating a bus, or I'm not operating a truck or anything like that. That would be more like commercial flying, like airlines. And so general aviation is more for sport, recreation, luxury, and to teach people how to fly, basically. And so let me just give you a few examples of safety and ways that I have learned through my experience how safe airplanes are. If you think about the configuration of an engine in your car might have a 4-cylinder engine, it might have a 6-cylinder engine. I'm not going to get into all the details, but basically you have one spark per one cylinder. So if you have a 4-cylinder car, you have 4 spark plugs. If you have a 6-cylinder car, you have 6 spark plugs. I'm trying to make it simple. However, for these general aviation aircraft, it's very different. You have one cylinder and you have not one spark plug as you should like in a car. You have 2. You have double. And so the airplanes that I fly have 4 cylinders, and so that's 8 spark plugs, 2 per cylinder. Now, why is that important? Well, let's say one spark plug fouls up. One spark plug, now your spark is what you need to make the engine run. And so if your spark plugs get messed up while you're flying, you're in trouble. However, you have a safety. So it goes out, you have another one. And then you also have 7 others to go in the plane. So what that's saying is it's building in safety. It's building in redundancy to make sure that you're safe and that you live and that flying is a lot safer. Let's say a fuel pump. Fuel pump gets the fuel to the engine. Very, very simple. So most of the cars out there have one fuel pump for most purposes. Your fuel pump turns on when the car turns on, pumps fuel into the engine, and you drive. Well, in a plane, especially general aviation aircraft, there is one pump that starts when you are flying. However, when you are doing takeoff, right before takeoff, you have that pump running always until the engine's off, and then you turn on manually another pump. It's an auxiliary pump that forces more fuel in, or in case the first one fails, you have the second one. In case our auxiliary one fails, you will know that and then land with the other one. So these are just some examples. We also go through something that's called the pre-flight inspection. And what that is, we go through the plane, top to bottom, everything from tires and brakes. We look at the wings, we check the fuel. It's about a 15 to 20 minute checkup. We go around the plane, we make sure that anything that can go wrong, that is in bad shape, we catch it. And usually it is caught. And so there's so many more examples, but whenever I go flying, and when every pilot goes flying, they need to do this, even in the commercial airlines. And so that is something to think about, how safe these planes are, because we build this redundancy, we build this safety into it. Now let me give you some statistics. I have some on my phone here, and I'm just going to read some for you. These come from The Week magazine, but this is also based on the FAA and the findings that they have had in their studies, the Federal Aviation Administration, into safety, especially into accidents. Whenever there's an accident or even a fatality, especially a fatality when you fly, they change the rules, they change the laws in the FAA so that planes are safer. So let's look at this in terms of statistics. You know how difficult it is to win the lottery? It's like 1 in I don't know, 120 million chances that you will win the lottery and so forth. So let me give you some numbers to kind of give you a little bit of perspective on how likely it is to get in an airplane accident or in an airplane related fatality. So there is a 1 in 11 million chance that you will die in a plane crash. 1 in 11 million. Okay, think about that. 1 in 11 million chance. Now let me give you this statistic. There is a 1 in 3.7 million chance that you will get bitten by a shark and killed. Okay, it is more likely that you will get bitten and killed by a shark than you will die in a plane crash. Okay, think about that. They've done studies on this, they have looked at this. So it is safer to fly in a plane than to go swimming in the Pacific Ocean. There is a 1 in 5,000 chance that you will be killed in a car crash. Think about that. Not 1 in 5 million. 1 in 5,000 chance. Look how close that is. So you are so much more likely to die in a car accident than to die in a plane. It is staggering, the difference. It's, of course, 1 in 11 million to die in a plane, 1 in 5,000 to die in a car crash. It's not even half. It is a ridiculous amount of difference. So allegedly, you are more likely to die inside of an airport waiting for your flight than to get on an airliner and fly to your destination and die. That is incredible. So hopefully this alleviated some of your questions, or maybe answered some of your questions about the safety of air travel. It happens so much. Think about how many flights there are. I live next to a really major airport, and I can tell you that there are airplanes taking off every 20 to 30 seconds. Not that I'm hearing it, but that's about the time at this international airport. And let me tell you, most of those, if not 99% of those, will not get in an accident. In fact, probably 100% of those, because the ones that we do hear about aren't even from this airport. And so that is really crazy to think about. So it's great. Don't be worried about air travel. It might be something scary, it might be something to do, but if you ever get in a plane, know that you are very, very, very safe. You're in very capable hands, and there are many people making sure that you are safe. So hopefully you are having a great day and you're sticking with positivity and not negativity, because negativity, all it does is bring you down, and you want to bring yourself up. Don't let the world bring you down. That's what it tries to do, but you got to push yourself back up again. We'll see you next time, guys and gals, and don't forget, be hopeful. Out of 11 million flights out there, we'll be working my way through getting my sport private license. Now let me tell you what is the likelihood of dying, or just let me tell you what's the likelihood according to the FAA